Welcome back to another video, September 15th, Wednesday, and I want to talk about Sundial Growers, ticker symbol SNDL. Now, it has been quite some time since I made a video here on SNDL. I made a video first, actually one of the first videos I made on this channel back on January 4th, 529 views. SNDL is a cannabis stock to watch in 2021, and that was at 47 cents. Now, Sundial Growers is currently sitting at around 72 cents at the time of this video, up around 2.76% on the day. The volume for SNDL is always pretty high. I mean, considering compared to other stocks, 43 million today, but an average volume of around 93 million. So a good amount of trades of SNDL every single day. But like I said, let's take a look at the chart real quick. And if we take a look at the year chart, right? So we're in September of 2021. Back in early January is when I made that video, so you can see right around here is when I made that video, right around here actually, and its SNDL exploded shortly after that video to a high of $3.04. $3.04. SNDL was sitting at $3.04 on February 10th, right? And I think a lot of people started to buy into SNDL around right here, and then it dipped obviously and has dipped and dipped and dipped, and now kind of just consolidating at a price at around 70 cents, 75 cents. So I just wanted to update you guys here on Sundial Growers. I know it was kind of a polarizing stock, to say the least. I think there's a lot of people that like SNDL, a lot of people that hate SNDL, and then there's like a middle group of people who are just holding SNDL, maybe probably trying to get their money back, from their initial investment. Me personally, full transparency, I did buy in around that time I made that first video, and my portfolio was actually going crazy when SNDL was around $3, as you can imagine. And I'm now continuing to hold SNDL. Just again, trying to be fully transparent, I do continue to hold SNDL from the high to where we are today. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not any sort of financial advice. But let's just get into it, you guys. Sundial Growers, if you are unfamiliar, cannabis company based in Canada. They're growing safe and consistent cannabis, and it's not something they take lightly. Their customers trust to deliver a variety of high-quality products and to help them make informed decisions. We honor that trust by filling our world-class growing facilities with world-class people, experienced growers, researchers, quality assurance specialists, and more, all experts in the art and science of growing cannabis. We're taking the best practices from consumer packaged goods and applying them to the cannabis industry, insights, analytics, marketing, supply chain, and customer management. So really, Sundial has kind of, for a while now, I feel like kind of established themselves in Canada as one of those, cannabis companies that is spreading their wings and really just expanding and just becoming a fully fledged business, right? And where cannabis is, as far as from a legal standpoint in Canada, a little more further along than it is in the United States. Obviously, cannabis is not regulated or anything on the federal level. Different states have their different laws about cannabis. Most states are allowing recreational cannabis now, if you live in like California and things like that. But we've previously also seen Mexico recently push bills forward to get cannabis legalized at a recreational level. And again, I think Sundial and a lot of other companies based in Canada are waiting for that federal regulation of cannabis in the United States, where Sundial can then jump over and really impact the market here in the United States. Although this market is pretty saturated, and I think for the United States, for the United States at least, the market has a lot of companies that are just chomping at the bit, ready to go once that federal, legalization becomes a thing. So again, from a fundamental standpoint, financials, there's kind of been up and downs with Sundial Growers. I definitely think as a business and their leadership and board and their values and what they have as far as facilities go and their research and their, like I said, like they go up here, experience, research, education, their insights, analytics, supply chain. I think those things are all very strong. There have been some blips as far as their financials goes, but we don't really want to get too far into that. I really want to relate or reference an article from Investor Place by David Moedel, and he says the dual pillar strategy should finally get Sundial Growers stock above $1. Now, I will link this article in the comment or in the description, but SNDL stockholders need to be patient as Sundial reshaped business model will bear fruit. Now, if you go back on my channel and you look at the last video I made on SNDL, I did mention how things were getting cleared up. Things were getting cleared up with their financials, and they were changing some things to make their financials more clear and concise and cleaner. And that was the last video I made on SNDL. So you can see here in this article, David Waddell kind of references that and kind of refers to that as well. So rejection can be painful, especially if you're a long-time investor in Canadian's cannabis company Sundial Growers. Time and time again, SNDL stock has flirted with the key $1 level, but gravity keeps pulling it back down. He'll admit, I recommended a patient stance on a Sundial Growers in July, and my timing wasn't perfect. Since then, the share price has sagged, and some investors are undoubtedly getting frustrated. You can bail on SNDL if you want to. However, 2021 isn't finished yet, and there may be a happy ending to the story. Even as the stock price action disappoints some traders, the bulls find some encouragement in Sundial's improving gross cannabis revenues. Plus, apparently the company has a new game plan articulated by the CEO himself. Closer look at SNDL. I'm pounding on the table for a $1 price target, but history shows that SNDL stock is capable of rising to $3. Heck, it might even get to $4. Need proof of this? Consider that in February the SNDL price spiked to 52-week high of $3.96. Now, $3.96 is a far cry from where we currently are at 72 cents, and you can only imagine the profits that a lot of people will probably see if it does reach those levels again. But granted, it's entirely possible that Raw Street Bets traders were a contributing factor in the breathtaking rally. And for all we know, Reddit users might be planning another short squeeze soon. Rather than sit on our hands and wait for that to happen or not, let's focus on $1 as a more reasonable objective. Now, I have some good news, sort of. Back in July, I reported that Sundial's trailing 12-month earnings per share was around negative 47 cents. As of September 13th, that number is improved to around negative 25 cents. You got to take your victories where you can get them. But it's all about perspective, right? So he says here, for example, the company took an adjusted EBITDA loss of $0.2 million during the quarter, but then a little bit of perspective can change our outlook. The fact that $0.2 million loss is a whole lot better than the adjusted same loss of $3.9 million that Sundial sustained in the 2020 second quarter. Also, Sundial's quarterly net loss of $52.3 million compared favorably to the $60.4 million net loss from the prior year quarter, right? So, like I said, they're reshaping. In the previous video, they've been talking about reshaping and really trying to change their business model. And that is the two-pillar strategy that we believe will position our shareholders for future success. And this is coming directly from the CEO, Zach George. So the first pillar involves Sundial core cannabis operations, which are now vertically integrated with the acquisition of Spirit Leaf Retail Network. And George is referring to Sundial's final acquisition of Spirit Leaf Retail Cannabis Network. The second pillar is Sundial's investment operations, where most of our capital exposure is committed to our joint venture, Sunstream Bancorp. So Sundial will benefit from growing a predictable interest income stream as Sunstream capital is deployed, and the resulting cash flow as material buffered our pre-profit core cannabis operations to date. So they have the cannabis sector, and then they have Sunstream Capital, which is kind of just their investment side of things. We kind of saw something similar to this in Ideanomics stock, where they have, their side where they're doing things, and then their investment side, which I think is pretty cool that Sundial is doing this. And obviously it goes to show the, place that Zach George and the entire board of Sundial is trying to take this company. So then he just talks about how it should be bullish kind of outlook for Sundial, and maybe it can possibly reach $1. I definitely think it can. In my opinion, I do think Sundial over $1 by the end of 2021 is a very, very strong possibility. Let me know in the comments below how you guys happen to feel about all this. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, drop a like on this video, and as always, have a great day.